All right, we should be on. I'm going to give it a couple seconds to double check that we're on. Alicia, can you check for me? So I don't want you guys to miss the very first part is about the most important part, so I don't want you guys to miss that. As soon as I get some confirmation, then we'll go ahead and start.
Thank you guys for being patient with us, by the way.
There's always technology problems. Plus, just goes to show that you don't have to be an expert to be a coach.
This is true story.
True story.
True story.
Okay, Jesse says we're good. Okay. Yay, we're finally ready to go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys so that you can see my slides. And sorry, guys. We'll go from there. Dun, dun. All right. Can you see that okay?
Yes, perfect.
Okay. Sweet. We're clear. Okay. No. Go to the next one. It's going to be more problems. All right. So
That's all right. Okay.
Let's just do this. Go ahead. Get this part done.
Okay, so first off, what we are going to do for you guys is you guys all want to win a 3-day refresh, right? So what you got to do to enter to win is go on to Twitter, log into Twitter right now, and we want you to tweet, in 1 year, I want to be, and fill in the blanks. Where would you like to be in 1 year? And hey.
I know.
Take it back. And hashtag, I want the number 2, the letter B, a misfit. And that's how we're going to find you. We're going to do a drawing, and we're going to search all the I want to be a misfit hashtags on Twitter, and you'll be entered to win a 3-day refresh. So go to Twitter, share the link to this meeting, and tweet, in 1 year, I want to be fill in the blank. Whatever your goal is for a year with the hashtag, I want to be a misfit.
That's pretty much, I'm going to leave it for just a second so you can write that down just to make sure.
And if you guys don't have Twitter, it's a free app. You could download it right away. You could do it by the end of the webinar.
Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. We're having more problems. Go figure. Me and technology do not get along, in case you didn't know. All right, I'm going to leave that up for just a second because apparently it was just showing your face. It didn't freeze like it was supposed to. So I'm going to leave it up for just a second so that you guys can make sure that you get the right information down so that we can find you and make sure that you get entered to win. All right, and try to stay on to the end because there's going to be another one at the end, another giveaway. And we're going to try and make it quick since we had a late start. We'll try and breeze through these as fast as possible for you guys. All right, on to the next. If you guys don't know, my name is Alyson Cornelius. I am a 2-star diamond coach with Beachbody. Mom of 3, wife, just your typical stay-at-home mom. Nothing real extravagant about me. And then Vicki's on here with me.
I am Vicki Roberts. I'm a 4-star diamond coach. I've been a coach for 3.5 years, and I have a 6-year-old son. Now I go?
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
So on the left, that is me. I am a hypothyroid fighter. That was me when I was about 268 pounds. I was embarrassed to be who I was. I was unhappy, ashamed, not the kind of confident mom that one should be when they have a child. And I was struggling with weight. I was struggling with self-confidence. I just lacked a lot of happiness, and I needed to better myself. I needed to do something to change my life. And when my son was born, after I came home from the hospital, I weighed 268 pounds. And I knew my life had to change because it was no longer about me anymore. It was about my son. And I wanted anything but to be a sideline parent. I didn't want to be a mom sitting on the park bench while her kid played on the playground because I was too tired or too much in pain to go play with my son. So the second I was cleared to work out, I started working out, and
you're fine. Keep going.
And I started going to the gym. I didn't know anything about health or nutrition, and I honestly spent hours a day on the treadmill thinking that's the only way I could lose weight, and that was what was going to change my life. And yes, I was doing something, but it wasn't good enough because I never changed my eating habits. I was still going to McDonald's, eating 2 double cheeseburgers a day before going home for dinner, and I was not thinking about the things I was putting in my body, just thinking about what I was doing to the outside of my body. So 2 years I worked out at the gym, struggling still, and it wasn't until I saw Alyson post her day 1 and day 30 photos of Turbo Fire that it actually kicked me in the butt, saying, you know, there's more to life than spending hours a day at the gym, especially when you have a little one. And I wanted to do whatever she was doing. I saw her results, and I said, that's 30 days. That's better results than I got in 2 years. And she introduced me to Beachbody. She introduced me to Shakeology, and I'm down 130 pounds since.
I love your story. Okay, I'm still trying to just fix it. It keeps flipping back and forth. Everybody's telling me. So, but they'll be able to see you now. That little story that she just said, you can see her picture now to relate to what she was talking about. So I don't have a huge weight loss story. I was a mom. Well, I am a mom. But it started out with being a mom, and I just kind of was always the stay-at-home wife and mom who didn't really have any other identity besides that. And I love everything about being a mom. Sorry, I'm getting feedback. I love everything about being a wife and a mom, but there was just something missing. I always felt like there was more, and like I needed to do more or be more, and that I could give more back to the world. And so after my coach Andrea posted about a challenge group and a mom's group, I joined immediately. I had just hit a brick wall. My marriage was about to fail. I was miserable, and it wasn't necessarily about my size or what I looked like. It was really about how I felt. I didn't feel good about myself. And when I started her challenge group and started not losing weight, I mean, I was losing weight, but it wasn't about that. When I started to break down barriers and I started to do things that I never thought that I could, it was a huge mental and emotional change for me. And I got more confidence through that than in anything else I'd ever done. And I started to just be more present in everything that I did. And I started to feel good about myself. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and click on to the next one because I need to double check that we're still good to go.
Your screen keeps shrinking every time you go in and out.
I know. It's because it keeps going to you, and that's why. And I'm trying to fix that so that they can see the slides when you talk. Okay, so let's talk about what we do. The products that we use. Just about everybody has heard about Turbo Fire, Insanity, P90X, and now 21 Day Fix is a big one. They're all over the place. They're the top selling infomercials on TV at this point, and everybody knows that they're there. Everybody knows that they work. And this is the best part about it, is that we have the best tools that are on the market right now to help other people, and that you don't have to know everything. You don't have to be some personal trainer or fitness person or nutritional expert, they have all the tools that you need to get you to help other people get there, and you're the missing link in that. And you see that Vicki and I, we both use TurboFire to start out, but there are so many other amazing products that can help just about everybody.
And then we talk about Shakeology. This is like the missing link besides the coaching aspect, of course. Shakeology, honestly, I owe my life to Shakeology. I used to be, one of the ways I got overweight was my cravings for sugary coffee from Starbucks and my nightly huge ice cream bowl addiction. And I have a sweet tooth craving like none other, and Shakeology has helped reduce my cravings for sweets and energetic beverages, but it also provides so much nutrition that you can't even eat in a day. And it's healthy, it tastes amazing, and it improves your energy naturally, and it's basically your daily dose of nutrients in one glass. And
I'm going to give a little...
Oh.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just going to say, and there's multiple different flavors. A lot of people get fixated on the fact that it's a protein drink, but it's much more than a protein. It has more nutrients in it, and it comes in 2 vegan flavors, which is made with a brown rice protein. And it comes in 4 regular flavors that come with made with whey protein, and it's vanilla, strawberry, green berry, which tastes like Fruity Pebbles, and chocolate, and then vegan chocolate, which is my absolute fave, and then the tropical strawberry, which are both the vegan flavors.
Yeah, and I'm going to talk just for a split second on that because I have a little bit of a different story with Shakeology. I've never really craved sweets or things like that. But for me, I've always had stomach issues. Every time that I ate anything, I got sick to my stomach to the point where I just wouldn't eat. I never ate hardly anything until I had to late in the day where I couldn't handle it anymore. And the probiotics and other digestive enzymes and such that are in Shakeology have completely changed that around, and to the point where I don't get that way anymore. So it's been amazing. Okay, and then I'm going to talk about what coaches are and what coaches are not. This is a big misconception that people have about coaching, and I love talking about this because I'm so not your conventional coach. I hate working out. I love food. I've always eaten pretty healthy, but I do love to eat. I love me some burgers and steak. But it's not about that. It's not about being a fitness professional or a nutritionist. It's about improving yourself every day and helping other people do the same. A huge base of coaches come from, sorry, I keep getting notifications from everybody when stuff goes wrong. A huge base of coaches come from just regular customers, people like you that are on right now that have done a challenge group and they love the products. So you could be doing it just for the discount, or you could love the product so much that everybody else is starting to ask you about what you're doing, and you're like, hey, I can help you do that. We're just everyday average people. We're not fitness models. We're not anything like that. What we are is the missing link. As Vicki likes to say, we are somebody's somebody. We are that person that is there for you when sometimes you don't even know how to be there for yourself, and when you need somebody to pick you up and tell you that you're worth it and that you can do it. So like I said, we're not sales professionals, we're not nutritionists or personal trainers, so don't even worry about that. The other thing is too, a lot of us coaches started when we were not quite at our fitness goal yet. I know that's another thing that a lot of people worry about, is that how am I going to help anybody else when I still have 10, 20, 50 pounds to lose? How is anybody going to look up to me? And the truth is that there's always going to be somebody who relates to you no matter where you're at on your journey. There's going to be somebody who might look at Vicki and say, okay, she's a badass. I can't work with her. They might be intimidated by her, but they might look at one of the other coaches who is just starting out and be more comfortable with them. So there's always going to be somebody who's going to relate with you no matter where you're at.
All right, so there is a massive health crisis, and I, unfortunately, was a part of it. Did you guys know 2 out of 3 U.S. adults are overweight and 2 out of 5 children are overweight? As someone that was morbidly obese, I know how bad this hits to home. I do not want to see any more children that have to struggle with their weight, nor do I want to see their parents or other adults struggle with their weight. It could lead to multiple diseases. 200 million people are unhealthy in the U.S. And you know what? We can reverse this, guys. We, as people that do online coaching, can help reduce this.
And we do all the time. You just gave me goosebumps. And how do we do that? We do that because we have an amazing creator. One of the big things that drug me into coaching or pulled me into coaching was hearing from our CEO, not just our CEO, but the creator of Shakeology, and hearing the passion and the integrity behind what they do and what they stand for in this company has made a huge difference in how I feel and making me really believe that we are doing something positive and that we're doing something to change the world. When Carl set out to create this company, he knew and he wanted to do something important, something that was going to change people's lives, and he hit wall after wall after wall. He failed over and over and over again, but he never stopped because he had such a huge vision for what he wanted to do, and he wanted to make sure that he did it right. And that's how coaching started. When they created the programs, they had people sharing their stories on YouTube and in the online gym that they have, and had people reaching out to each other and supporting each other. And they were starting to see that there were so many people that bought the programs and then they just sat on the shelves. They never did it. And then they looked over and saw these people in the social media networks that were building each other up and supporting each other. And he said, that's what we need. That's what we need to really set this in stone and create this environment and this community where people can succeed.
Now, what that helps us with is, so we do coaching for a passion. We do it to help others, but while helping others, we also get paid to do that. So how we earn is 25% of every purchase through your website you get. We get purchases for challenge packs, products, programs, equipment, supplements. There is the 21-day ultimate reset. There is other workout equipment, apparel, all that stuff. And we get paid every Thursday, so it's weekly.
Which is really nice. Plus, we don't have to stock any product or anything. It's all done online, so it makes it really easy.
We are not distributors by any means.
Right. No. All right, and then the biggest factor in what we do, these came out actually right before I started coaching, is when they started selling challenge packs, where they combined the workout programs, the nutrition guides, Shakeology, the online tools, and they put that all into a pack for a really, really big discount. And this is my favorite thing, one of my favorite things to talk about, because it is such a huge deal. When you do this and you add in the support of a coach and the challenge groups that we run, you have everything that you need to succeed, and you're getting a huge discount on them, which makes it really, really easy to help people.
Now, Alyson just talked about challenge groups, and this is my actual favorite thing about what we do. We get to host online challenge groups, which is online-based group where everyone supports and motivates each other, and it's a place to hold yourself accountable. I know that being overweight through my entire 20s, I tried and failed so many times, time and time again, because I used to do things by myself, or I used to count on that girlfriend to meet me at the gym, and when she would bail, then I wouldn't go. So when you have something to go check in every day on a day-to-day basis, and you see everyone working their butt off, and you see everyone posting, then it encourages you to help jump in there and post too. And then your coaches and they're motivating and supporting everyone. It's just this big camaraderie of support, and it's hard to fail when you have that much support behind you.
True story. Okay, so what Vicki talked about earlier is the 25% commission, which is really, really amazing for a company like this to give 25% commission as it is, but there's so many more ways to earn. I'm sure a lot of you have seen Vicki and I share our income growth over the years. And how that happens is when you start to build a team, you guys all create an income together so that you earn from each other, and it creates a team cycle bonus so that you're all working together and supporting each other. So there's that. There's the fact that challenge packs have a huge commission on them. There's prizes every month. There's Success Club prizes. Our team personally loves to do tons of contests to where we give stuff away all the time, just because it's fun and we like to give gifts.
And we like our swag.
Yeah, that too.
And also, there's team trips. There is yearly trips that Beachbody provides us if we earn, or that we're earned. I just went to Cancun. If you guys saw all my beautiful photos of the oceans and the cenotes, and you guys, I got that paid, or I earned that. And last year we got to go on a cruise. You get to go to Vegas. Like, these are all expense paid vacations, trips that you get to go on that, I don't know about you, what I wouldn't normally have been able to afford any of this if it wasn't for Beachbody.
I had never been anywhere before I started Beachbody. I mean, other than traveling with my husband for work, but
that doesn't go.
That doesn't go. Okay, what do you get when you sign up? This says personalized website, but you actually get 3 personalized websites. So you get one for your main coach page, your Shakeology, and the Ultimate Reset. So like we talked about, you don't have to stock any product. It's all right there to where you can just give people a link, and it's all easy to get them through. You get the Coach Online Office, which is pictured here. This is where you get to track everything, and it's so amazing because it's almost instant. So you can go in there to see your customers, you can track their orders, you can check on your team, the coaches who are on your team, and see how they're doing. It's got the Success tab, which has all of these amazing tools to help you be successful with trainings and everything else. It's got marketing tools and just everything. I don't even want to go into everything. It has everything that you need, and they're constantly updating it all the time to make it better. And on top of that,
we also have our very team specialized Misfit training site where everything that you need to know to be a successful coach is in there. Your tips, your tools, our logos, videos, everything that you would need at your fingertips, at your convenience, that you can check out at any given time to be a successful coach. And you're also plugged in to a new coach training, so you're not thrown into a pack of wolves. So you learn all these things by the person you sign up with. They help guide you so you know where to go and what to do.
Okay, so this is me. What I talked about earlier is how you've seen, probably seen our income growth over time. This is a little bit old, but when I started out, I didn't do it just because I wanted to earn money. Actually, my husband had a very good, very high-paying job, and I did it for myself, for my own accountability, and because I really just wanted to help people. And as I went along, I did that, and I really enjoyed it. It was more of a hobby than a business to me, and I loved what I did, but I didn't really go full force. After a couple years into the business, probably about a year and a half, I got fed up with it because my husband was traveling for work. He was gone for probably 3 months at a time. And as I said earlier, we have 3 kids, and one of which was a baby at the time, and he didn't even know his dad. He didn't know who he was. When my husband would come home, he would have to spend the entire 3 to 7 days that he was home getting to know his son and getting his son to be comfortable with him. My other 2 kids are older, and I watched them go through things without their dad that they shouldn't. He missed sports games. He missed, dad-son talks. He missed so many things that he needed to be there for his daughter for. And not to mention our marriage. Our marriage was just having a hard time after we built so much and we did so much work and improved so much. Him being gone affected that, and something clicked in me, and I said, I have this resource right here, this business with the opportunity that I can create this income to where he has the choice to come home if he wants to. He has a choice to say no to his boss. He has a choice to choose a different job if he wants to. And I really kicked it into gear at that point and started working it like a business. And that doesn't mean that I was working, hours on end. I still only worked 2 to 4 hours a day, depending on when you were talking about, but usually about 2 to 4 hours a day. But I was just more focused, and I really focused on the tasks that I needed to do every day to make that happen, and started building a team and focused on helping my team build their own income on top of it. And as you can see, it grew tremendously. And as of December, my husband was able to quit his job and quit traveling completely.
Well, my story is actually quite different from Alyson's, where she was financially stable. We were not. At the time, I was married, and oh my gosh. Okay, so I was married at the time, and we struggled really bad financially, and I was still on my weight loss journey, and so I was still had a lot of self-doubt and not a lot of self-love, and not making ends meet by any means. I would go to the grocery store and get my card declined with my baby in the shopping cart and a grocery cart full of groceries. We had to choose between diapers or groceries some weeks. I had stacks of bills or from letters from the bank saying insufficient funds. It was just a horrible time. And at that point in my life, I felt like the only use I was put on here was to be a mom. I didn't feel loved in my marriage. I didn't feel like I had anything going for me, and I wanted a purpose. I wanted something more outside of the love that I had for my son, and I needed to share my love with someone else or doing something for others. And so when Alyson told me about the coaching opportunity, I was like, this is my chance. This is my chance to help other people. I was 200 pounds when I signed up as a coach. I didn't know if I was going to be good at it. I didn't know if anyone would ever think of me as someone that they'd ever listen to when it came to health or fitness, but I knew that I had to give it a chance. I knew I finally had to give myself a chance. Now, I started out the gates like I wanted this to work so bad. I was willing to do anything. I was training all the time. I was taking in all the information. And like you see there, the first month I made $70. It didn't even cover my challenge pack. And let me tell you guys this. Back then, the Turbo Fire challenge pack was $200. You have no idea what that meant to spend that money on myself. As a mom, it's hard for me to spend an obscene amount of money, especially money that I don't have. But I knew it was worth the risk. I knew deep down in my heart this was something, it was my calling. I had to do this. So I took a chance. 1 year later, we were able to pay bills. I was not getting declines at the grocery store. I can't tell you guys what it's like to go through a grocery line and not have to hold your breath to see if your debit card's going to go through. Like, that right there is freedom. 2 years later, we were able to go on vacations. We paid off my car. I got Piyo certified. It's my favorite program. But being able to have that freedom to where you don't have to save, $50 here, $100 here every paycheck to be like, we're going to go, to this resort for the weekend. No, we literally had to save forever to do that prior to Beachbody. And now we were able to take off for the weekend or, take a 3-day weekend. 3 years, my 3 years was just this last January. I am doing Beachbody full time. I quit my job last May, and I guess I should throw in I got a divorce last May too. So I'm paying off a home all by myself. Paid off all debt. I own my home. I travel frequently. I've just been to Arizona, Cancun, go to Dallas, went to Arizona. Like this is all in a year. I would never imagine that I would have been able to go anywhere, let alone multiple places in 1 year. And we have a savings account. Like, I could never have imagined living paycheck to paycheck, or even worse than, and now going to having actual money in the bank. Like, it's just an amazing feeling to be able to go from where I was before to now, just by having that passion into helping people and getting them to love themselves like I needed to do for myself.
I can just imagine that everybody else's smiles are just as big as mine after hearing that.
I'm all snotty.
And I love hearing that. And I just have to tell you guys that this is such a huge part of this business too, is that, without trying to go into big details, I'm what you would call Vicki's sponsor coach, right? So she signed up under me, and so when you bring people into this business, you do it with high hopes that they're going to be successful, and you give them all of your love and you give them all your attention. And Vicki just took off completely. Like, she went way faster than I could. I couldn't train her if I wanted to. And to see somebody who trusted you enough to come into this business, to take your hand and join this ride with you, to see them be successful like this is one of the best feelings in the world. And personally, my favorite part of this business is mentoring other coaches and seeing them succeed and seeing them do things, like I said, same with the challenge group, that they never thought that they could. And I just get so giddy when I hear about it. I'm not going to stick on this one too long. This is Mindy Wender. She's one of the coaches. She's been doing it for, what, 5 years? 6 years?
Yeah.
Almost 6 years. And this is just to give you an idea of the income potential of it. You've seen Vicki and I, we've both been in it at about 3.5 years. And this is just to show you that if you really stick to it, that you can do anything. Oh, and also that she's a small town girl from the up of Michigan. I don't know where that is, but apparently it's a small place in Michigan. Maybe some of you are from there. And so just to show you also that it doesn't matter where you're at. You don't have to have a million contacts or have a ton of people that you know or live in a big city.
But I also want to touch on the fact that you don't have to work multiple hours too. You can easily work 1 hour a day to be a successful coach to get started.
Yes, like Joelle. Joelle only had from 6 to 7 a.m. in the first three years of her business?
Yep.
Something like that.
So how do you get started? There's a couple great ways to get started. So the first way is the basic coach sign-up fee, which is $39.95. You get your basic welcome kit, and you get your Shakeology or every other discount at 25% moving forward. There is, or you could, I'm going to bounce all over the screen, or you can sign up with the challenge pack where your coach fee is waived. And this way you can start sharing your journey, which is what we're all about. We share, we don't sell. So we share our journey from the get-go, and your coach fee is waived. Or now it just says free for military, but actually it's free for active military and veterans now to sign up, and your coach monthly fee is waived. So where it says starting the second month, you get it's basically $16 monthly for maintenance and websites. This is because Beachbody provides our online office, which Alyson showed you earlier, where we have all that information, where we can track our coaches, we can track our customers, we can track orders. We get everything online. It's maintained for us on a monthly basis. It's all there at our convenience, and you can cancel at any time. So why wouldn't you want to do that? Or why would you want to do that? I should have just winged it and not even tried to read it.
You sound like me when I tried to read it too. Okay, so you heard a little bit about Vicki and I and how we started, all the misconceptions that people have about coaches and what we do. And there are so many different kinds of coaches out there. Like I said, when I first started, I did it for the accountability, that I really just knew that if I was coaching and had people looking up to me and had people looking at me and knowing what I was doing, that I would have to stick with it no matter what. And I did. There's discount coaches where you can sign up just for the discount, and that's totally fine. You don't have to do anything else except save money on your purchases, especially if you're on Shakeology on a regular basis. That's a must. Well, that doesn't work. So there's people who, like Vicki, and and me eventually, my story went into that eventually, but who need financial freedom. If you're looking into this for a financial reason, there's nothing wrong with that. That's okay too. I don't like this slide. We should have changed it. Just don't have a preconceived notion about what a coach is. There are many, many different reasons to coach, for discounts, for accountability, just because you want to help people. For me, being able to help people and have a purpose and a passion in something that makes me feel good and lets me help people is really, really what it's about.
Right, I agree. Now, what we are looking for, as you guys seen at the beginning of the slide, you've seen a logo called Misfit Republic. That's our team. That's our family. So this is like a non-blood related family, and we're very close. We're very tight-knit. It's a community that I've never imagined ever possible. And we're very picky. We want teachable people that are willing to learn. Team players, love to help and work with others. Want to have fun. This is non-negotiable. We obviously, from these photos, you need to be able to have fun. Be yourself.
Like dress up for an 80s party and take a picture like that.
That's right. We are too cool for school. And lead with heart. The one thing, you have to lead with heart. You can't lead with the dollar sign. You can't lead with the rank. You can't lead with anything but your heart, but the love for helping others, but the love for getting people to feel better and live happier, healthier lives.
Which I believe at the core everybody has. Everybody has the need and the desire to help other people in some way or the other.
Right.
All right, and here you come to the end. We already told you in the beginning that if you went to Twitter, before this is over, you have a few more minutes. If you went on Twitter and did the hashtag, the assignment that we gave you, then you were going to be entered in to win a 3-day refresh, but we have another one. So if you have gone through this and you think this is something that's for you, any new coach who signs up with a challenge pack by midnight on Wednesday, so tomorrow, will also be entered to win a 3-day refresh. So get a hold of your coach, get a hold of whoever invited you, and talk to them about if this is something that's right for you.
Okay, I have to do a couple shout outs real quick. So
okay.
I'm searching Twitter
Vicki's
right now.
the shout out queen.
I love it's my love language. So I'm gonna read a couple of you guys on Twitter. So Hannah, she wants to be 90 pounds lighter on a girl vacation in Hawaii in a beach.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Actually, I'm gonna exit this screen share so that they can see us.
Okay. Natalie in 1 year wants to be debt free. Mackenzie wants to be running her very first half marathon. Yeah, awesome.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Missy, she wants to be happy and healthy and start a family.
Aww.
And Missy I wants to be fit, confident, and a successful mom and coach. Yay! These are awesome, guys. Keep them.
That's awesome. I can't wait to read through those as soon as I figure out how to get back on Twitter. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, thank you so much for being patient with us. It went way longer than we planned because, well, I suck at technology. But if you have any questions, then go ahead and go into the event page if you're in there and ask away. Actually, don't do that. I'm going to make a post in there so there will be a thread. You guys can all comment below that thread if you have a question. That way we're all organized and it's all in one place. Yeah. And that's it. Thank you.
Other than that, thank you guys for hopping on. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Bye, guys.